And the UAE launches $60 million initiative to expand education for visually impaired students in Ethiopia. Hello and welcome to EBC World English News, ladies and gentlemen, with me, Shifara Olaga, and many thanks for watching us. Now, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Ethiopia has extended its warmest congratulations on the election of Mahmoud Ali Yusuf as the new chairperson and Salma Malika Haddadi as Deputy Chairperson of the African Union Commission during the 38th Ordinary Session of the Assembly of the African Union. It said Ethiopia is confident that under the stewardship of the newly elected leaders of the Commission, Africa's collective agenda will be further reinforced. Their wealth of experience will undoubtedly contribute to the advancement of the broader aspirations of our continent, it added. Mahmoud Ali Yusuf was elected as the new chairperson of the AUC on Saturday during the 38th Ordinary Session of the Assembly of the African Union Heads of State and Government in Addis Ababa. He defeated Raila Odinga, the former Prime Minister of Kenya, and Richard Randria Mandarato, a former Foreign Minister of Madagascar. Yusuf, who will serve as a fourth term, replaces Musa Faki Mahamat, who has held the post since 2017. Algeria's ambassador to Ethiopia and permanent representative to the African Union, Salma Malika Haddadi, is also elected as deputy chairperson of the AU Commission. She replaces Rwandan Monique Nsanzabaganwa, whose term has come to an end. Moving on, Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed honors Musa Faki Mahamat, outgoing chairperson of the African Union Commission, and outgoing deputy chair Monique Nsanzabaganwa during the state dinner held for heads of state and government attending the 38th Ordinary Assembly of the Union. As we welcome the new chairperson of the African Union Commission, I thank Musa Faki Mahamat, outgoing chairperson, for his leadership and friendship over the past years, the Prime Minister stated. The Prime Minister wrote on his social media page that Ethiopia thanks you for your dedicated service to Africa. We heartily wish you the best in your endeavors.
At agriculture more as a business.
Everything that has to do with agriculture is CADEP. Whether you're talking about trade, if you're talking about youth employment, you're talking about wealth creation, the post-harvest management issues, the land-related issues, bringing on board the private sector, private financing, investment, that all is talking about CADEP itself. So CADEP broadly is the whole spectrum of agricultural developments on the continent.
Welcome back. Now, Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed has held meetings with leaders of various African countries on the margins of the 38th AU Summit. Accordingly, the Prime Minister conferred with Botswana's President Duma Boko and President Cyril Ramaphosa to strengthen cooperation on shared regional and continental priorities. In continued bilateral discussions on the sideline of the African Union, I met with presidents of Botswana and South Africa. We reaffirmed our commitment to strengthening cooperation on shared regional and continental priorities, the Prime Minister said. He also met with President Paul Kagame of Rwanda and President Samia Hassan of Tanzania and discussed a broad range of regional and continental issues. Moreover, the Prime Minister had a productive bilateral meeting with President Teodoro Obiang Nguema Mbasogo of Equatorial Guinea, discussing ways to strengthen partnership across key sectors. The two leaders committed to deepening cooperation for mutual growth and shared prosperity.
From across the continent, leaders are arriving at Bole International Airport, stepping into the capital of Pan-Africanism, where history meets diplomacy.
Flowing through the vibrant streets, the energy of Addis reflects its role as a city of unity and culture, preparing to receive African leaders like never before.
As they settle in, Addis Ababa is ready to welcome its distinguished guests with its world-class facilities, blending tradition and modernity in the heart of Ethiopia.
And right here at the heart of Addis Ababa, the Africa Union stands tall, where leaders across the continent gather to shape Africa's future and strengthen the continent's unity.
Ethiopian Broadcasting Corporation is on the ground, bringing you closer to every moment of the 38th African Union Summit. From arrivals to high-level discussions, we are your trusted source. Once again, welcome to Ethiopia, where Africa's story unfolds.
And now moving on, addressing the Assembly of the Heads of State and Government at the 38th AU Summit, the Barbadian Prime Minister and Chair of the Caribbean Community, Mia Amor Motley, hailed the Battle of Adwa as it forged the beginning of Pan-Africanism and led to movement for independence. Have a listen to this.
I stand here clothed in the spirit of the battles of Adwa, conscious that it was that battle within 24 hours that shook the confidence of the powers of Europe, but inspired the people of Africa and the children of the African diaspora that good would prevail over evil and light over darkness, but only in the context of our unity. I stand here conscious that it was that battle that forged the beginnings of Pan-Africanism that eventually led to the movement for independence and the destruction of the colonial powers to give us not full development and power, but the first steps of political independence.
The Prime Minister also indicated that the spirit of the Battle of Adwa must guide the present generation. Take a listen to this again.
I stand here conscious and buffeted by the dreams and works of the great Pan-African pioneers, and conscious that as a children of the Caribbean, we have long dreamt for the moment of unity with our brothers and sisters of Africa, a division that was secured by those whose success and survival depended on separation of us rather than on the ability for us to act as one common people. Our relationship, you can say, was embryonic, but regrettably, as long as it has been and as related as we have been, it has been sporadic. And it is up to us as the children of independent states to determine whether the history of separation shall be our future or whether the spirit of Adwa can be our inspiration to confront the challenges of a new world.
And finally, the United Arab Emirates, UAE, has launched a $60 million initiative through the Khalifa bin Zayed Al Nahyan Foundation to improve education for visually impaired students in Ethiopia. This effort, in partnership with the Ethiopian government, expands upon the success of the Sheikha Fatima bin Mubarak School for the Blind in Addis Ababa, which opened last May. The agreement was signed by key figures, with the signing ceremony attended by Ethiopian Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed, highlighting the significance of the collaboration. This initiative aims to address the needs of the 1.2 million visually impaired individuals in Ethiopia. The program focuses on reaching rural areas where access to education and healthcare is scarce, providing much-needed support for the visually impaired. The event highlighted the shared commitment between Ethiopia and the UAE in creating an inclusive and inspiring learning environment for the visually impaired. Ethiopian First Lady Zinash Tayacho also expressed gratitude for the UAE's continued partnership in providing quality education for all citizens, regardless of their abilities. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you have been watching ABC World English News. Now a quick recap of the top stories. African leaders elect Djibouti's foreign minister as new chairperson of the African Union Commission. And the UAE launches a $60 million initiative to expand education for visually impaired students in Ethiopia. Well, ladies and gentlemen, with that, we come to the end of today's news. Many thanks for watching us. Bye-bye.